Welcome to another Get Some episode with your sommelier, Danielle Lindau with 5 to Wine Time. Today we are going to get some light body red wines. I like to categorize wines, especially reds, into 3 categories. You have your light bodies, your medium bodies, and your full bodies. Today we're going to talk about some great light body reds. Now, when I'm talking about body, I'm referring to the fullness that you feel in your mouth. One of the most popular light body wines is the Pinot Noir. A Pinot Noir grape is so pleasant on the palate because of its bright red fruit notes, the baking spices, and even a little bit of earthiness that it is the 10th most planted grape in the world. Now, what I want to talk about are other great light body reds. And today we have in our flight 3 wines that are just that. Light bodies, really nice and refreshing, and low on tannins, which is really what makes a light wine or a light body wine that much more enjoyable. So today we have a Gamay Noir, a Carignan, and a Barbera grape. So let's get into it. So our first wine of this flight today is a Gamay Noir from Touraine. Touraine is located in the Loire Valley of France. This area is really nice, cool climate, so it'll really bring some nice bright acidity to the wine. What I like about Gamays and all our light wines today, or light body wines today, is that I like to put a little bit of a chill on them actually before serving them so that it'll actually complement the acidity in each of the wines as well as bring out those great fruit notes and aroma. So just a little trick about light body wines. On the nose, I get raspberries, I get cherries, I get almost bubblegum notes to it, as well as this really nice earthy herbaceous notes of almost sage, which is really nice. Wow, the acidity is really gorgeous on this wine. You get those tart cherries, the raspberry notes, even a little bit of red currant, some earthy aromas and flavors such as mushroom and as well as some sage to it. It's just a little bit of herbs on the back of the palate. I think really any of these 3 wines would be great with a charcuterie board or even just a cheese board because they have the acidity to cut through all these different flavors and just make it a nice and pleasant start to any meal. But this Gamay, it has that bubblegum notes to it that I like, as well as it just has that light body that you're looking for in the summertime when you want a red wine, but you don't really want something too full body. Our next wine is a 100% Carignan from Roussan, which is the southern part of France. This wine, I am excited because most of the time you see Carignan as a supporting grape in southern French red blends. But this one is 100% Carignan. So we're going to be getting to truly experience that grape in its fullest on its own. Finally gets its diva moment. On the nose, I get this sweet tobacco notes, almost that smoky notes that I sometimes get when I drink a Syrah, especially from Côte Rôtie or from Châteauneuf de Pape. But the grape itself, this wine itself, is really thin, but full of dried cranberries and raspberry notes on the nose as well. And although the nose is very strong, on the palate it's really nice and delicate. You're getting those dried cranberry notes as well as raspberries, and that smoky bacon notes are still lingering. I would love this one with barbecue. I think it would cut through the richness and the smokiness of the steaks or brisket or pork chop, or whatever you want to put in the smoker, you can have this Carignan with. It has those bright notes of acidity and that light body that I like to have when I want something that has complexity, but I don't want that overpowering tannins that I can sometimes find with fuller body wines. Our final wine of the flight is from the northwest region of Italy, from the Piemonte region more specifically. It is the Barbera grape. It is 100% Barbera. Really nice dark color, but still see-through, so still that thinner skin grape characteristics. On the nose, I'm getting juicy plums, I am getting raspberries, I'm getting strawberries. as well as I'm getting thyme and those savory herb spices that I love when I'm smelling an Italian wine, as well as a little bit of wet clay and wet soil, almost a wet flinty note. Very expressive on the nose. The wine itself is still as expressive on the nose as it is on the palate. I'm getting those dried cranberries, those raspberry notes, some red currant, as well as I'm getting that dark, rich plum notes on the palate. Really herbaceous. The savory notes and the acidity is just roaring in this glass. So nice and light. The tannins aren't aggressive. This wine could be served with a beautiful, nice steak, do a penne alla vodka, anything with some rich tomato notes to bring out those and complement the herbaceous notes in the wine itself. But as expressive as it is, it's still light on the palate. It's not overpowering, and you can sip it by itself. All three of these wines just have this beautiful light body, but also still expressive as any full body wine can be. So next time that you're wanting a nice red wine, but maybe nothing too heavy like a Cab or a Syrah, I would go for any of these. Again, a Gamay from Touraine, a Carignan from Roussanne, or a Barbera from the Piemonte region. Check them out. It is 5 to wine time, so grab a glass and I'll see you for the next time. Cheers.